There we go. There's a start. Come here, you. This week we are having fun up in La Crosse. Man, he ate that bladed jig. Holy cow. First cast. Check that out. Nice and fat. I'm sure we got plenty more bass to go. We're glad you're here. Welcome to the show.
Down Interstate 49, just looking for a good time. Better buy another case of beer, cause you know you're gonna need it here. Time to go. Yeah, we're gonna start the show. It's time to call your friends and let the fun begin. Party's on.
That's a better one there. He hammered that to come here, buddy. Now we're getting better there. Now we're getting better there. This is getting fun. I love those fat Mississippi River bass. Every time we're in La Crosse, the coolest thing about being here is that we have largemouth and smallmouth. And this time of year, this is late August. Now the river level is low, so we're more out on the main river. We're fishing some of the wing dams. You got to be careful of these. Having good electronics is definitely, like the Humminbird stuff we got here, is definitely putting us in a position where we can see where we're at. But these fish are going to hang sometimes on the top of the wing dams, also on either side of it. So what you have to do is just kind of go around and figure out. Right now they're just hitting a bladed jig that I made, and usually when I contact the fish, I put it on spot lock, then we start covering the area a little bit more. If we get a couple fish, obviously we're going to stay. If not, then we'll just move a little bit more. But this time of year, going from late summer into fall, as the water starts to drop, get on or around these wing dams. They will hold fish. So far we've caught largemouth, smallmouth, sauger, and northern pike. There's a reason those fish are here. There's a ton of bait fish here, and we're going to find some more. Okay, there's another one there. Come here, you. We're starting to get a bunch on. This is the new jerkbait from Rapala. This is the Maverick 110. You've got to be so careful with those hooks. They are razor sharp, but the wind's really picked up here. We're still fishing these wing dams, and these chunky little smallmouth are really eating that jerkbait. Anytime you catch them on a jerkbait, it's fun. This is, oh, come here, you fat thing. Goodness gracious. Are you fat? You're as fat as you are long. Look at that thing. Absolutely just nailed. He hit that thing so hard. Definitely I'm going to be, I'll tell you, when you have these Mavericks, you definitely need to keep pliers close by. These hooks are so sharp, and be extremely careful. They will catch everything. Just so you know, these are made with those new premium red line hooks. And the key behind these red lines is not only do they have a coating on them, but the way their points are forged, they roll over a lot less. So you will have a lot sharper point for a longer period of time because of the design of these hooks. And they are brutal. The fish even gets close, even swipes at it, chances are they're getting at least 2 of those hooks in there. Great design. Fish there. Hey, it's a walleye. All right. Hey, and that's a keeper walleye here too. Nice. They are just, everything is hitting this thing this morning. And a beautiful walleye there. When you're fishing wing dams, that's one of the coolest things about it is there's largemouth, there's smallmouth. We've caught bluegills off here. We've caught white bass, northern pike. You definitely know where the forage are. Wing dams this time of year will attract those bait fish in these lower water conditions. And there's a bunch of fish feeding here, so who knows what you're going to catch. Obviously today we're after largemouth and smallmouth, but it's fun to add walleyes in there, a couple big pike, everything. Wing dams this time of year on the Mississippi River will hold a lot of fish.
We're still working these wing dams, Jimmy. This is pretty cool.
Nice smallie, dude.
He is. He came up. What did he miss it 3 times?
Yeah. That skitter V, whenever we come to La Crosse,
I know it.
Is just deadly.
I know it.
Good job.
If he's done yet or not.
Just take your time.
Yeah.
Just take your time.
Belly grab, you know.
Sure. Nice job. Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah. Skitter V's worked for us.
It's always a consistent producer here all the time.
It is. Very cool. Nice La Crosse smallie.
Good job, man.
There we go.
There you go. You said stop for those pads right there. Nice one. Nice job.
That's what you're looking for.
We switched up and went to a little backwater area and give the wing dams a little bit of time to refill, and they'll do that this time of year, won't they?
Oh, absolutely.
And so we decided to come back in these pads, and we saw some bait fish activity as soon as we threw a frog up there. So that's one nice thing about this time of year is there are different options. Now it gets really hot today. It just is, and fishing can be tough, but the Mississippi River's got so many different options that you can do. We're going to work on these pads for a little bit more, and then we'll probably go check those wing dams again, won't you?
Absolutely.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll be back right after this.
This segment of Jim Crowley Outdoors is brought to you by these and other fine sponsors.
Good job. I'll help you with him. Yeah, it's a good one there, dude. Come here. Nice.
Nice.
Nice one. Good job, dude.
Nice. Thank you. Here we go.
Hey, well, you know what? That's the second one that we've get back in these pads like this. And said it's, you can tell we've got the blackfish gear on today. It is brutally hot out here, but we've caught some off the wing dams. We're working back in areas where Jeremiah just said, let's just go see if there's anything starting to tuck up under the grass. We can do those all day long, dude.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep it going. Good job. There we go. They are starting to eat the frog. Man, I thought he was a lot bigger than that. He hit that thing so hard, looked like somebody flushed a toilet. Nice fat chunk. Anytime you get them on a frog, it's fun. Anytime. And when you come to La Crosse, you bring a frog. The only time you don't bring one is probably when you're ice fishing. And then maybe I'm not so sure. You come here, bring a frog.
I never leave or come out on the boat, out on the Mississippi River, without 1-2 punch. And today, that was exactly what we did. We were hitting with the Terminator popping frog. Always a success out here. And then we were changing it up a little bit with a top toad as well. And the reason we were doing that, the last couple days have been really hot out here. There's a lot of bait fish going up shallow, so we're getting a lot of follows and a lot of looks. But I think that with all those bait fish, they were really finicky about what they wanted. And with that top toad reeling it across a lot of those open pads or thicker vegetation, they don't get a lot of time to think about it. That comes over, the legs plop right behind it, and they have a split second to think about whether or not they want to take that thing. And definitely, you could tell today, when we really got hit, it was on the toad. We were getting a lot of swipes and a lot of swirls, and we caught a few on the top, on the Terminator popping frog as well. But I tell you what, if you're not throwing a top toad, I think you better, especially here on the Mississippi River.
So we use a variety of lures to catch bass today, and this time of year when it gets hot, you need to be versatile. There's a lot of different types of cover that we were fishing today. Well, one of the things we were fishing was a Terminator frog. At least I was. Jeremiah was switching off between that and like a walking type frog. But one of the things I wanted to tell you about this frog is there's something that I've been doing lately, especially when the bite can get tough. And we all know that the best way to hook more fish on a frog is not to set on the explosion. You wait till you feel the fish pulling on the bait and then you set the hook. That's going to increase your hook ratio a ton. But another thing that I do is I put this little flavor stick on. It's almost like a chapstick, and it's from Lure Parts Online. And like I said, it comes in a chapstick form. And then what I do is I put it on the frog, and I'll put it all around it. It'll actually help it when you put it on the bottom to go through the vegetation a little bit easier. The nice thing about this stays on for at least 45 casts. It really adheres to the frog really good. You can work it through the rubber legs and everything like that. But I've noticed that when they grab the frog, when it has this on here, I usually do a better job of landing more fish with a better hook set because they really inhale the frog good. So that's just that little flavor stick, and you can get that from Lure Parts Online. I'll also put it on plastics. The best way to do it is when the frog is dry. Do it that way first. It will adhere to that plastic. You'll be surprised, and I'm pretty sure you'll be impressed. Now, I want to show you the setup that I use on this today. Now, the rod that I built from my frog rod is actually built from an American Tackle blank that's a saltwater blank. It's an LS70 10-20. It's a medium heavy. It's got a pretty good fast tip, and with 40-pound Suffolk braided line, it gives that frog just a little bit more to that fish, and I can really drive that hook home. Now, the reel I'm using my absolute favorite frog reel of all time, and that is a Cast King deadbolt. It has no drag on it. It's direct drive. Nothing's going to slip. You set the hook, that head comes out of the water, and with a 7:5-to-1 gear ratio, you got plenty fast enough speed to bring that fish out. When you're frog fishing, we're not playing around. You set the hook, get the fish's head up, and get him to the boat. Then you can worry about fighting him. This setup right here is exactly what I use for a frog all the time. Without question, it's been my most successful.
This segment of Jim Crowley Outdoors is brought to you by these and other fine sponsors.
Here he comes again. Yeah, good one there. I love catching fish on jerkbait. It's so fun. And this 110 is a darn good jerkbait. Stay down. Stay down. Oh man. These river fish are so strong. Oh goodness. Goodness, goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Come on, buddy. Here we go. There we go. He's went back down again. Hold on.
Yep.
There he comes. Thank you.
Look at how that's in.
Oh, look at that. Now, look at this. We were telling you when we explained this bait, one of the cool things about the Mavic 110 is that when you throw slack back to it, it'll turn 180. That right there is proof. It turned 180 and that fish hit it head on. Whew, that's awesome. Yeah, it just took me a second to get those hooks out of it, but another nice largemouth. See you, buddy. So cool. Now my best fish today and the most fish were on a jerkbait, and it's on the brand new one from Rapala. This is the Maverick 110. I'll show you a little bit better shot of it right here. Now you're going to say, well, what's different about the Maverick 110 than the rest of the Rapala jerkbaits? Now realize that all of the Rapala jerkbaits have specific actions and specific things that they are meant to do. The Maverick 110 this thing is just a special bait, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason is that those of you who throw the X-Rap, and a lot of you watch the show know that the X-Rap is my absolute favorite smallmouth jerkbait when it comes to really cold water. Well, the Maverick 110 suspends just like the X-Rap. The cool thing is it suspends nose down. Now, my other favorite jerkbait from Rapala is the Shadow Rap, and the cool thing about the Shadow Rap is when you throw slack back to the lure can have a tendency to turn 180 looking back at the fish that's following it. Well, the Maverick 110 does that as well. So you've got two of the best-selling jerkbaits of all time combined into one in the Maverick 110, and on top of that, they put, ouch, the new Redline hooks, which are sticky sharp. I'm telling you, these should come with a user beware on them. If a fish even looks at it the wrong way, I caught several fish today that completely missed a bait, sideswiped it, and they were hooked. The Redline hooks are without question the sharpest hooks that I've ever thrown, and on a jerkbait, anybody who throws them a lot realizes that fish will swat at them from time to time. The great thing about the Redline hooks is you're going to catch a lot more of those fish because of how well that hook is designed. Now, the rod and reel that I use to throw that on is my standard jerkbait rod. It's an American Tackle Bushido Blank. It's an MB 610 8-15. That's what I throw a jerkbait on, and I have for years. It's one of my absolute favorite rods in their series. Of course, I have the microwave guides on there, and I do that so I can help with longer casts. Now the reel, you've probably heard me say this before, but this is my absolute favorite reel for throwing jerkbaits. This is a Speed Demon Elite from Cast King. It's got a 7:4-to-1 gear ratio, 10+1 ball bearings in it. I've never been able to work a jerkbait easier than with this Speed Demon Elite. Because of that high gear ratio, I have less work to do. It's a lot easier to work that bait. On top of it, when you hook a largemouth or a smallmouth, and we've hooked both today on it, the drag system on this thing is absolutely phenomenal. If you're looking for a great all-around spinning reel, but especially for throwing like a wacky worm when you're skipping up underneath docks or throwing a jerkbait, my highest recommendation would be for the Cast King Speed Demon Elite.
Not sure what it is yet. Whoops. He wants to go to the other side now.
Another fish off that wing dam.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Nice smallie, dude.
Somebody want to grab that net for me?
Nice smallie. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Hey, appreciate the help here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oop. There it is.
There you go.
All right, man. Hey, man. Caught him on that DT6. Can't go wrong with that. And caught him off the wing dam. Can't go wrong with that.
There you go. Whatever it is, it hit like a freight train. Here it comes. Oh, caught him in the side again. That's how sharp those hooks are. Smallmouth though. Yeah, come here. Whoa. Nice little smallie here. Yeah, nice little smallie here. Now, this is where you got to be careful. Goodness. Yeah, these wing dams are just holding so many fish. But you got, especially when you got them hooked like that, he swatted at it, and that's what will happen sometimes in a jerkbait is they'll swat at it. That's what makes these sharp hooks so nice, is that, come here, is that it still will catch them. Even if they swat at it. Come here. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Those red lines are absolutely brutal. I know I keep saying it, but they should come with a user beware thing on it. There you go. Nice fat smallie. Fun. Man, when you get a smallie hooked sideways, that can wear you out. Goodness gracious, they are fun and strong. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah. I just love these. Oh, it's a nice largemouth, actually. The way he jumped like a smallmouth. They're being acrobatic as anything today.
That's a beautiful largemouth.
Yeah, it is. I'll get him right up here to you. And get him. Thank you, sir. Look at that. Man, I absolutely love that Maverick 110. Oh my goodness. Ah, I love it, love it. Oh, good. Those hooks are so sharp, it just takes you a little bit to get them unhooked, but that's one thing. He swiped at it, and 2 of the 3 hooks went right down his face, and another beautiful Mississippi River largemouth. I just love it. You know, we were catching fish on other baits today, too, including a bladed jig. I'll tell you what, when we release this fish, let's go back to the studio. I'm going to show you how to make that bladed jig, because when you come to La Crosse, you're definitely going to want to have that one. As we're building a bladed jig, I'm going to show you all the components and part numbers so you know exactly the one that I built. Now I'm starting out with a 1/2 ounce head right here, and then I'm going to add the skirt. We're going to go back and use that lure booster again, because since it's like a chapstick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on the collar of the jig head, and this will actually make the skirt slide on easier. And as you probably figured out by now, on top of that, now I'm going to have a scented lure. So it just slides up really easy right there, and that is the main part of the bladed jig. Now I'm going to assemble the components on the blade, and you need 2 things. You need a split ring pliers, and you need a long nose pliers. Then I'm going to slide it, I'm going to put it right through the hole, the bottom hole in the blade, and then I'm going to take the long nose pliers here, and we're just going to slide it around. And I'm going to slide it through just like so. Takes just a couple times, and you should easily have it. There you go. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the 25-pound lock snap, and you are going to open it up, and then I'm going to take the blade, I'm going to insert it through the bottom first, which is going to be right above where the split ring is, and then I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and slide it right through like so, just like that, and then I'll take the pliers again, and then I'll connect the snap in there. There you go. Now you have the blade just how you want it. Then I'm going to slide the split ring through the eye and the jig head, And I'm going to push it around. And there you go. That right there is as simple as it gets, and the most effective bladed jig I have when I'm fishing lacrosse. Man, did he rock the heck out of that thing, man. Did he rock the heck. I'm bringing him right over here to you, buddy.
Let me go.
I'll go this way. Yep. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Yep, that is, I think that's one of my biggest Mississippi River largemouths. When it first coming in, hit that jerkbait, I thought it was a smallmouth that hit it so hard. I'm going to put this back right here. What a beautiful fish that is. Man, every time we come to La Crosse, it's a new adventure. Today was mostly on wing dams. I want to thank my buddies Jeremiah and Kirk for fishing with us today and catching them on jerk baits, catching some on topwaters. There's about 4 or 5 different baits, but just having a great time. You want to come up and experience some of the absolute best fishing in the country, you got to come to the La Crosse area. There's great places to stay, great restaurants to eat. There's plenty of those, and the fishing is always beyond your expectations. You want to find out more, go to explorelacrosse.com. We're so thankful today. God bless us with a great adventure, and I truly hope he does exactly the same for you on your next fishing trip. Until then, God bless you. I'm Jim Crowley. We'll see you soon. On this trip, we stayed at the Country Inn and Suites in La Crosse. Very clean, very comfortable, with spacious parking.